I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about we should be together. Well, obviously, when we're going through a breakup, one of the things that we're constantly torn by is the fact that we want to be with our ex and we feel like we should be together with that person. And it's really hard to think clearly in this situation because the anxiety we get puts us in such a state of panic that we can't think clearly, and we're oftentimes like we're in a fog. And we make a lot of mistakes in a breakup. Believe me, I have been in your shoes. I know exactly what you're going through. I made the same mistakes. And that is why I'm always telling you guys, be proactive in your approach. Talk with me first, see what's going on. Let me be objective and tell you how to handle things. That way you don't make all those mistakes that I did and that I see every day. Because one of the biggest things that I hear people tell me is, I wish I had talked with you sooner. So just take that into consideration for your experience, because your friends and your family almost always are going to give you bad advice, no matter how good it sounds, believe me. So today's video is a really good one based on an email I got from a guy in his mid-20s. And obviously, he is in a tough spot with this breakup where he's just dying and he feels like we should be together. And I know what that's like. I remember feeling like that. Just couldn't imagine why my ex didn't want to be with me. I couldn't imagine what she was unhappy about. And it took a lot of work for me to figure out what was going on. And in that particular situation, it had more to do with what was going on in her internally than my behavior. So the guy who I did the coaching with is in his mid-20s, and the woman is about the same age. And they've been together for about 2.5 years. So that's a pretty good length of time. Now, he said that they met the second day of their job's training program. She came and sat with me and we talked and talked. That evening we went home together and have been together until we broke up. Wow. So they had a really intense, strong connection there. And so you can imagine why he's so confused why they'd break up after 2.5 years where it was like magic for them right from the get-go. So he was telling me a little bit about her home life, and he said that her mother was both the father and the mother figure. In other words, dad was not in the picture, and here's why. He said her father is unstable, abusive, potentially mentally ill, and even raped her. So that is a massive, massive trauma. If you could just imagine what it would be like to be raped by your own biological father, that would have a massive impact on you, and it would be extremely traumatic. Now, he didn't give me the details, so I don't know how old she was when that happened to her, but you can imagine that it probably wasn't just a one-time thing. He probably had been molesting her, unfortunately, for well before that. I mean, that happens a lot in that situation. She has no contact with her father and does not want any contact with him. Good for her. Only time he contacts her when he wants something like money. Wow, unbelievable. Sickening, right? She broke up with me on a Friday evening. She did not want to do it in a week because she wanted to give me a weekend to handle the breakup. Well, it sounds like she was trying to be a little considerate there, but I don't know many people that would be too good with a breakup after a few days, especially for a relationship that long. She said she can't handle it anymore. She gave herself until that evening to decide, and she made her decision. She told me to take care of myself emotionally and not to worry about her when I told her I want to help her to get through everything. You really sound like you were trying to take care of her, but she was trying to push you away. And I see similar situations that we go through in a breakup where we have a partner that is really struggling, maybe with mental illness or depression or anxiety or something like that, and we want to take care of them, we want to be there for them, but they just don't want us around. And it could be really hard to say okay and walk away from them when you see that they're hurting. I kept pushing to see her. I saw her a total of 3 times afterwards. All 3, I tried to convince her that we should be together. Well, trying to convince somebody that you should be together is not going to work. And I know that because I've done it. I have my own experiences trying it over the years. And I know through talking to you guys every day, you can't convince somebody to want to be with you. If they don't want to, you can't force it. So, he tried 3 times here. And these are the 3 attempts that he made. The first time, I showed her photo memories of us together. She seemed emotional. I showed her the birthday card she gave me 6 months prior. How affectionately she wished me happy birthday. She told me she needed time. That evening, I phoned her when I got back home to say I got home safely. Shortly afterwards, she posted a WhatsApp status saying, "That feeling you get when you see his name appear on your phone. Smiley face." So at that point you must have thought, oh wow, maybe I have a shot here. She is indicating that she's happy to hear from me. At least you were assuming it was you. Let's hope it was you, right? Second time, I was building up ideas to see her again. By that Wednesday, I could not hold out any longer. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. You got that anxiety, and you start to really obsess over how to reconnect with your ex, and it causes you to make mistakes. Because this is going to be a big mistake here. What do you think is going to happen? If you had to predict, what do you think he's going to do? Are you thinking grand gesture? Here it comes. Her WhatsApp status said, "Good morning starts with coffee and you heart." I phoned her in the morning. Later that evening, she told me it was a quote on a coffee machine. After dinner at her place, I put a song on and started singing to her. Personalized lyrics. Oh goody! I bet that worked. Didn't work. I gave her flowers and a card, asking her to give us another chance. No. Not gonna happen. It's not the way it works. She was speechless. I bet she was. Her direct answer was, she is dumbstruck. Nobody sang to her before. When I asked her about that feeling you get when you see his name on your phone smiley face status, she told me she was emotional the last time we saw each other. The third time, I still collected her from the airport that Sunday evening. I volunteered. I felt no romantic feelings from her side. Everything was dead. We ate at home, and I still couldn't believe everything was over. She got a bit angry, saying that she told me she needed more time. But you didn't care about what she wanted, did you? Of course not. And I've been there, and I know a lot of you guys are there right now. You don't care what the other person wants. All you want is to feel connected with them again. This is why I talk about anxiety and uncertainty are the root of desire. The day afterwards, I checked the Facebook profile of a stalker that she has. He had posted a picture of my ex as his cover photo. You keep this up, you're not going to be far behind. You're already writing songs and putting different lyrics, or taking lyrics from songs and putting your own lyrics in them. You're doing it with songs, he's doing it with pictures. I asked her if she and him were together now. She got angry and asked, why am I asking her that? She knew nothing about it. We argued over text, and she eventually told me, if I hear anything else about giving you another chance, or him, or whoever I date, then I will stop talking to you. He stole the picture from her Facebook profile. Creepy. Very creepy. Alright, he was telling me about the biggest problems that they had in their relationship. He said, I didn't give her enough love and attention in the last couple of months. I became fixated on material things like playing computer games or watching TV after work instead of talking with her, being romantic with her. I took the damn relationship for granted. I could see why you're frustrated then, because now you're beating yourself up and you feel guilty. This is why I tell you guys, and I see this every day, if you are focused on only getting your ex back, you might get them back. It will not last. You have to make internal changes in order to re-attract them and to keep them. What's the point of getting them back if you're just going to go through another breakup a week later or 2 weeks later or whatever it is? You're going to feel just as bad, if not worse. You have to do the work. This is why I tell you guys, be proactive. Sign up for the coaching. Let me help you through this. I've been through this. I go through this every day. She's extremely driven and ambitious, very achievement goal-oriented. She was homeschooled and even finished high school at 17. She felt that I was holding her back. Yet I always supported her 100% when I can. I should have gone out with her more, shown her more public affection. I tried to rectify this, too late. And now you're starting to see things a little bit more clearly. She was in a different stage in the relationship than I was, it seems. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that you constantly ignoring her made her interest level go down. Saw me only as a friend while I saw her as my lover. We are trying to be friends, texting every now and again. She told me if it would have been harder for her, I had not been in her life still. If I do not text her, she texts me, almost like we always did. Example, how are things going at her job? How's my work day progressing? How do I handle this? We also share a mutual WhatsApp group with friends. Well, I would not be her friend. You don't want to be her friend, and quite honestly, you're going to be just manipulating her, acting like a friend when you don't really want friendship. I never met anyone as logical and strong as she is. We both like similar things and don't want kids. I need to fix this. I still love her deeply. I find it extremely difficult not to be in constant contact with her. Make sure she is okay. No. You're not fooling me, buddy. This has nothing to do with making sure that she's okay. And you're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. This has everything to do with you not feeling okay, which is exactly what got you in this situation to begin with. You're not having any ability to regulate your emotions, control your anxiety, and now you're acting as if, I'm trying to be your hero. No, that's not why you're doing this. You're not worried about her safety. You're worried about your anxiety, and you don't like your own internal state because you were neglecting her and you were ignoring her when you were with her before. Now that she's gone and you don't like the way you feel, that's what's bothering you. I feel like I will lose her forever if she starts dating again. Yeah, it does feel like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the case. She was not just my lover, she was my best friend. We used to not be able to sleep without each other. She even deleted all my photos from Facebook. Ooh, that hurts. Her latest picture on WhatsApp, don't be afraid to start over. It's a chance to build something better this time. Hurts like hell. Yes, it does. It hurts tremendously. And I remember when my ex deleted my photos on Facebook. I'll tell you, if it's an interesting story. I was out with two of my best friends and we were at a show together. If you guys don't know, I've done stand-up comedy for a little bit over probably 15 years now. And I do it for fun, and I did it professionally, but well, that's a whole nother story right there. But I was literally about to go on stage to do about a 30-minute set in front of a huge packed house, and of course I was Facebook stalking her, and she deleted my pictures, and I'm watching them vanish on Facebook before my eyes as I'm supposed to go in front of a crowded house. I wanted to die. I literally wanted to die. It's bad enough to have your Facebook pictures removed, but imagine having to perform in front of probably 200 people in a packed house. Worst feeling ever. I was just, brutal, right? I've never told you guys that story before, but I know what you're going through. I've experienced it myself. I remember how bad it was. And you can see, I tell you guys, a lot of times it was worse for me than it is for you, and that's absolutely true. Going through this situation, I know how bad you're feeling, and I know how desperately you think that you should be together with your ex, and you're trying to force it when it's just not ready to happen, and you have that mentality of we should be together. I understand that, and it's so good to talk about those things. That's why I was going to Margaret twice a week during my situation. I had to talk about it, and I know that when I haven't really shared the research on this yet, but there's a lot of research that talks about how when we talk to a professional, like a therapist, about these things, that's how we heal. That's how our brain heals. That's why I'm constantly telling you guys, you have to talk about it. But the danger with talking about it with friends and family is that they're going to start to give you advice, and it's going to make your situation worse, which I happen to see a lot. I had a situation last week where a complete disaster over friends and family advice. But I understand what you're going through. I've been there, and guys, it will get better. It just takes time. If you want to get my help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net, and sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. If you like the video, throw a like on there. And that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.